Hi, I know this doesn't look like food, but I'm actually starting with my summer herbs and vegetable garden. I do container gardening, and so I like to have fresh herbs in the summer and vegetables. So I start with my soil. You can use any potting soil that you like. I start with starter plants, so I have oregano and sage and basil, as well as squash and tomatoes for this summer. My There is no preference in terms of the container. It just needs to be deep enough for the roots, and it must have holes at the bottom so that the water can get through. So I begin by breaking up my potting soil. It's usually in a big bag, and so I just spend a few minutes breaking that up, and then I'm going to scoop that soil into my containers. You can use all types of things to make your soil rich, and I'll definitely talk about that when I come out to check the garden and all the things you can do to avoid pests and like I said, and to enrich your soil so your vegetables and your herbs will last as long as possible. I'm taking my oregano plant basically, and again, I am placing it in the container. I'm only going to place basil and oregano in this particular container because it's not very big. It's actually more deep than anything else, and so hopefully these plants will grow up and over and provide really fresh herbs for the entire summer for all my summer dishes. I wanted to show you that it's important that when you buy your plants like this, that you make sure that they're not knotted, or you may look at the bottom of them. It definitely should have roots, but they shouldn't be all knotted and tangled at the bottom. It's going to be hard to be able to actually replant that particular herb or vegetable. So when you're buying them, that's what you want to look for. There should be definitely some roots, but it shouldn't be just so entangled with roots that you're not going to be able to plant them. And here you just see me putting my soil in. And again, I find gardening to be deeply relaxing, and the spring is the time that I usually put these things in my containers, and then really just have all summer nice fresh herbs to pull from and vegetables to harvest. Here I have my sage. Interestingly enough, I wish that I could have sage all year long. I noticed that it grows beautifully in the summer for me, and I'm still learning how to dry it and have it for when I really use it, which is the late fall. And so I'm working on that part. Here I have my squash, or zucchini, I should say. Zucchini is a staple in my house. You've seen my recipes. I use it so much that it made sense that I would have my own zucchini plant. That when the flowers begin to bloom on this, you can make a zucchini soup with it. A zucchini flower soup. It's really pretty amazing. Lots of different recipes you can use with the flowers and the actual zucchini, obviously. And then I move on to my tomatoes. Now I just am using small tomatoes, the little cherry type tomatoes. Again, that's just my preference. These are the herbs that I know that I use in the summer, and it ends up being, like I said, a nice fresh complement to my summer cooking.